Okay, so take the question. Children, take down the question. The cost of a pen and a pencil. Let the cost of a pen and a pencil. Let the cost of a pen and pencil be rupees X and rupees Y respectively. Okay, this is what you are given in the question. So in this case, you will have to first form an equation, then find the solutions, then plot a graph. The girl pays rupees 24 for 6 pens. The girl pays rupees 24 for 6 pens and 3 pencils. Write the given data. Write the given data in the form of a linear equation. Write the given data in the form of a linear equation. With 2 variables. Also represent it graphically. Also represent it graphically. So look here, the cost of a pen and a pencil is already given in the question as rupees X and Y. So the 2 variables are already given to you in the question. A girl pays rupees 24 for 6 pens. So pens means how many are the pens? Pens are X. So 6S X. Are you understanding? I'm forming a linear equation. I'm just teaching you how will you form a linear equation. So that's for 6 pens. So that is 6X. The girl is paying 24 for 6 pens and 3 pencils. 3 pencils are Y. So that will be 3Y. Are you getting? So that is 20. Okay, so this is your linear equation now. Now, in this, can you simplify the linear equation now? You can see 6, 3, and 24. They all come in the table of 3. Is it? Yes. So if you divide both sides of the linear equation by 3, you will get this as 2x plus y plus equals to 8. Is it? Yes, you understand this, children? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now you find the points. Please find out the points and plot them on the graph. So whenever you get some linear equation, always try to reduce it to a simple form, if it is possible. Like here, it was possible to reduce it in a simple form. So find at least 3 points. Okay. And see, children, when you are doing this in the test, you should do it on the graph paper. Okay. For your Sunday test, please do such type of questions on your graph paper. Wherever you are asked to plot graphically, Done, children? Hello.
Ma'am, could you explain the second one once?
Yes, I'll explain the second one. Have you done the first one? Have all done the first one? Class 9, no one is answering. I'm asking, is it complete? Have you done the first question?
Ma'am, I had a doubt for the first one.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Ma'am, if we take exercise 2, will y be 4?
You take x as 2. So just take out what is your y here. Your y is 8 minus 2x. Is it? You are
Yes,
taking x
ma'am.
2, you are saying.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
You take your x as 2 and then your y will be 4. Okay, so that's 8 minus 4. Yukta done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So start doing the second one. Read the question. Akshara, are you doing? Akshara,
Ma'am, in question 2.
turn on your video. Akshara, turn on the video. Akshara, can you hear me? Turn on your video. Okay. Keep your video on. Which question are you doing, Akshara? Which question are you doing?
Ma'am, you're asking me?
I'm asking Akshara. Akshara, which question are you doing?
Second question.
Okay. So what have you understood from the second question? What are you asked to find out? What are you asked to find out in the second question, Akshara? Please read the question.
Okay, ma'am. Let x and y be two complementary angles. Form an equation for this information and draw its graph. Find graphically other angles if one of the angle is A 35 degrees and B 40.
And the other is 40 degrees given to you. So you know what are complementary angles? Akshara, what are
Very.
complementary angles? Please keep your video on, Akshara. I'm asking you. Yes, please say, those who have raised their hands.
Ma'am, they're
Ma'am,
equal to
typically
90
two
degrees.
angles which sum to 90 degrees.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
angles whose sum is 90 degrees. That's complementary angles. Akshara, keep your video on better.
Ma'am, so will it be x plus y is equal to 90
So
degrees?
we'll take one half. So x and y are the two angles. So we'll take x plus y equals to 90 degrees. Okay, that's absolutely right. Okay, now we are asked to form a graph of this. Now, if we take x and y, we know that the sum of x and y should be 90. So randomly, I'm just taking two angles. If one angle is 60, the other angle has to be 30.
Ma'am, I didn't understand what you
Other
said.
has to be 60,
Oh,
right? So if
yes, ma'am.
I'm saying randomly, I'm taking two angles such that sum of their sum is
Ma'am,
90.
so they have to sum up to 90 degrees.
Yes. If I'm taking x as 30, I'm taking y will be 60. Okay. I have to take 3 points, no, to plot a graph. Are you understanding? This is the equation I have. So same way, if I take x as 60 degree, my y will be 30 degree because 60 plus 90, 30 will be 90.
Ma'am, then what about the 35 degrees and 40 degrees?
I have just randomly taken 3 points. Okay. You can
Okay.
take any points as we take no 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, any points. You can take any
Ma'am,
points.
no, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes,
Ma'am, you've given
ma'am, in
35
the question
degrees and
it's
40
mentioned
degrees.
as 35 degree and 40 degree if one of the angle is.
yes, I got
Mhm.
it, beta. Please listen. Okay. Have you understood this much part? Have you
Yeah.
understood this much part? Okay. So
Ma'am,
Randy,
so we have to take 30 and 60 like that, ma'am.
I have taken randomly the sum of two angles is 90. Sum
Okay,
of two
ma'am.
angles is 90. Sum of two angles is 90 as per this equation. You get it this much? Okay. Have patience. I'll show you for 35 degree and 40 degree also. Okay. So now when we plot a graph of this, so just a second. One second, children. Graph doesn't work here. Just a second. We'll make a graph with manually only. Okay. Okay, see here. I tried doing this, but it's not coming. Okay, so I'm taking this graph here. And I want all positive axis, so I have taken the major part in the positive axis. Okay, one side I'm taking the angles here. In the positive x-axis, I'm taking the angles, that is in degrees. Here also I'm taking angles, okay, in degrees. Now this is the origin, angles are all in 10, 20, 30 like this, okay. I'm taking this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. This is my 60 was the highest, right? Okay, here also I'm taking 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 60 is the highest. Okay, so just one more point about that. Okay, now I'll take the points. My first point I had taken was 630 and 60. Okay, so that means on my x-axis I have 30 and my y-axis is 60. Okay, are you understanding this? How I'm plotting these points, whatever I have taken. Okay, my next was 45 and 45. So 45 will lie between 40 and 50. Yes, children, between 40 and 50, my 45 will lie here. Okay, so that's here. This point is 45 and 45. This point was 30 and 60.
6.
Okay, now again I want a point which was 60 and 30, 60 and 30. So x-axis was 60. So x-axis 60 is here and my y-axis 30 is here. Okay, this point. So this point is now 60 and 30. So I've plotted these points and when I join it with the scale like this, I'm just doing it like this. But when you do it with the scale, you will get some straight line. Okay, now my first thing given to me is when the angle is 35 degrees. Right? This is what I'm given. When my angle is one angle is 35 degree, what will be my other angle? Okay, so when I have my 35 here, you see here on your x-axis, if you have one angle as 35, your other angle is coming to be what? 55.
I'm 55.
Got it? So this is 35 and 55. Okay, so the complementary angle for this is 35
and
If
55.
the angle was 35, the complementary angle was 52. You get this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, when you have your other angle as 40 degrees,
Ma'am, the complementary angle will be 50 degrees.
so when you have this, when you join it here, see, you will be doing on your graph. So you will get exact lines. Okay, here I am just, you know, just doing it on a plain page. So I am getting whatever I am getting here, just an estimate. So that is 40 and 50. Okay. Okay, children. So 40
Ma'am?
and 50 is 90 degree, 35 and 55 are 90 degree. When you add them, you get 90 degree. Yes, beta.
Ma'am, if in the exam the questions come like this,
Question can come.
so
Yes.
shall we do with the 35 and
So,
40 degrees, or shall we take other?
your voice is cracking a lot.
Ma'am, can we
No, ma'am, I'm
directly?
asking that shall we do with the number of degrees which they mentioned in the exam, or we take that also?
Harshit, please write in the chat box. Your voice is cracking a lot.
Ma'am, can we directly do 35 and 55 and 40 and 50 for
Okay.
this question?
You mean to say you take here 35 and 40 and all that? Okay.
Let's like, can we directly take
See,
both of these values and put them in the graphs?
okay, do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Do it, but many times these things are not given. Okay. In this question, it was given, but many times, most of the questions you will see, these things are not given. Okay. If you take an example like this of some supplementary angle, you
Ma'am,
never,
then we have to make, we need
then
to
you
find
have,
values which sum up to 90 degrees, right?
yes.
Then,
So most of the time you are not given these values. This is just that you are given. Okay, but normally you are not given like this. Otherwise, what the
yes, ma'am.
student will do, they will just find 90 minus 35 and they will get an angle. 90 minus 35, you will get an angle and you will quickly plot it. Is
Yes,
it? So this is what. So generally,
ma'am, can they also give us supplementary angles?
okay, try this. You can do the same sum for supplementary angle. Okay,
Ma'am, they sum up to 120, right?
sum of the two angles is 180.
180. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Supplementary angles, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can try it afterwards.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, instead of complementary, you can just for your sake, you can take it, do it with supplementary angles. You can try this sum with supplementary angles also.
Yes, ma'am.
Supplementary angles means when you have the sum of two angles as 180 degrees.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Harshit. Okay, but generally what I'm saying is that these points are not normally given. This is just in case it's asked in the question, but normally you are just asked to find out. So in this question, I had to show you both the things. Since it was given in the question, so I showed you that way.
Ma'am, how many marks does this question come for?
This question will come for 5 marks. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And if you have some other questions added to it, if you have these kind of some added parts to it, and given some more question is molded, okay, you can even get it for your case study.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in case study, you have uh, 3 parts in the question, no? Two for one mark and one part is of 2 marks. Is it? That's for 4 marks.
Ma'am, do these questions usually come in the paper? Like questions like this
Yes,
for the linear equations?
yes, beta, they do come.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have been doing or see these type of questions, plot the
Yes,
graph
ma'am.
for whatever condition you are given. You make the equations, you take out the points, you plot it. You have been doing no, all throughout.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's take another question. Okay, this is Please write down and the same here. To convert temperature in degrees Celsius, to convert temperature in degrees Celsius convert temperature in degrees Celsius into degree Kelvin. From Celsius to Kelvin, what is the difference? We have studied in physics.
Ma'am, we have to add 273 degrees, right?
So I'm just writing here. Kelvin is equal to centigrade plus 273. It's like this.
Yes, ma'am.
1 second, I will just erase this one. Okay, to convert the temperature in degrees Celsius into Kelvin, one has to add, oh, the pen is changed. 1 second, children. Okay, let's see. One has to add 273 in Celsius. Okay, this is already given in the question, right? But normally don't expect that these things will be given in the question. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
this is just given in this question, but normally you may not find. Okay,
Ma'am, did they give us a hint for this
uh,
question?
so this is the hint only which is given. No? To convert degree Celsius to degree Kelvin, one has to add 273. So this I've already told you.
Ma'am, we don't get hints during exams, right?
No, no,
Like
no,
it?
no way. You don't get hints. So
Yes, ma'am.
write a linear equation. Write a linear equation which shows the relation between these two units and draw the graph Okay, one more thing is asked here. Also convert 38 degrees Celsius into degree Kelvin and 38 degree Kelvin. The same thing is asked to Kelvin and this. Okay. Don't take this. Also convert 38 degrees to Kelvin. Okay, this much. So take this much question to convert the temperature in degrees Celsius to degree Kelvin. You are given this condition. Write the linear equation which shows the relation between these two units and draw the graph. Okay, and this is afterwards we have to do. Convert 38 degrees to degree Kelvin.
Ma'am, do we take the values of C and K to be X and Y?
See, your K and C are X. These are two unknown variables given here. No? So, one will be K and C are your X and Y's. So, if you have C and K here, so if you have your Celsius as 0, your Kelvin will be 273. Okay. If you have your Celsius as 2 here, then your Kelvin will be what? 275. Right, children? And suppose if you have your
Ma'am,
Celsius
4.
at
Yes,
3,
ma'am.
so your Kelvin, this will be 276. So let's take it 4, 5 or something. Some bigger number because 275, 76 will be very close together. Okay. So let's take this as 4 or 5 you can take. Okay, so 273 plus 5 is 278. So you have this plot now. Can you plot it?
Ma'am, do we take the 50 table as our axis? Like, do we take the 50 table for this?
How will you take 50 here? This is your temperature scale, no? So
Yes, ma'am.
temperature scale is one side you are taking degree Celsius, one
Okay,
side you
okay.
are taking degree Kelvin. So your Kelvin, your minimum scale, you will start from 0, then you have 273 Kelvin, right? Like this, and you take the gaps of 2 here. Okay, so just take it to, if this is 273, 275, let's take it to 77. This one 277 बना देते हैं. So this will be 277 आएगा when this is 4. So let's take it 4. So that our plotting will be easier here. So between, if I have the gaps here, but this cannot work. 273 plus 273. No, this cannot be 0 here. This will be 0 here, and this will be, yes, 0 here. Okay, 273, 275, 277. Okay, this is the temperature scale data. Okay, it starts from 273 only. Okay, are you understanding? Don't think that if this is 0 to 273 is such a big gap and 273 to 275 is just a small gap. Hello? Are you understanding? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Are you understanding? Don't think that this is from origin to 273 is such a 273 gap difference. And here this is just 2 points and 2 points. It's not like that. This is a temperature scale. Okay. So from 0, you have the very first, when you measure the Kelvin, the very first point that you get is a 273. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
And here you can see you have your point numbers at 0, 2, 4. Okay, so when you have your Celsius as 0, you have your Kelvin as 273. Then you have your 2 here, then it's 275. Okay, this point. Then you have your 4 here, this is your 270.
Yes, ma'am.
So just join these two.
Ma'am, the line passes through the origin, right?
Not from the origin. This is passing from 273. This is not passing from the origin. Okay. Okay, beta. 273 is here on the y-axis.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this was your plot. And the next thing that is asked here is 38, convert 38 degrees Celsius to degree Kelvin. How will you convert this to Kelvin? Celsius to Kelvin? 38 plus 273? Is it? 38 plus 273 you will do, no? Which is equal to 311.
Ma'am, 311.
Okay. Okay. You get it? See here, this is C plus K. This was a simple thing that you know. Sometimes, you know, most of the time it comes like this also, from degrees Celsius to degree Fahrenheit. So, you must know those formulae also. Okay? It can happen that you are given in the question this relation as you are given in this question, but don't depend on that. Most of the time, don't expect that you will be given the relation. So you should know that. How many questions are coming from coordinate geometry? Okay. I'll give you 3 questions from coordinate geometry and 3 questions from linear equations. Okay, you have 6 questions no, in your test. So it will be divided in 3 and 3. Okay, children? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so please practice. This much for today. Okay, thank you. Any doubts? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
So today we have done these type of questions about plotting, finding the points,
Yes, ma'am.
finding the equation. So read the question very carefully, okay? You can try the complementary angle question with supplementary angle
Yes,
also.
ma'am.
Okay?
Yes.
And degree Celsius Kelvin can also be worked with degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. Okay? Because that relation is also very commonly asked. Okay, children, thank you for now. Bye-bye.